No, it'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The reserve department. That department was built only to collect money. I was one of those reserve corps students, right?
But hold on.
That's weird. Oh, you're here again. That's weird. The thing that's weird is you, of course.
Hey!
Why did you forget that you were part of the reserve department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? You should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that, too. What do you want me to say? Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those reserve corps students.
I got it!
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself. You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I'd know anything about that, though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on.
No problem, Blueface. Have a good night. Get some rest. Good to see you. When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a reserve corps student. Damn it, what the heck? Reserve department's been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. Truth bullets? Armor and a helmet. Did the map developers design this reflect a Japanese dojo? Hello? This is monitors for the same purpose, right? Got it. Got it. Try to make sure I don't miss any more Monokuma dolls. I know we didn't get 100% of them before now, but I still like to collect them. Speaking of marinara sauce, 15 minutes ago, it smells like marinara sauce in my apartment, and I'm not cooking any. I went to a friend's, I guess, condo the other day. I guess that's really it in here, right? Yeah. And but it's like part of like it looks like an apartment building, you know, like one of those like downtown apartment buildings. Oh, there's $5 and I've gotten 2. Thank you, Luna. And when I walked in, I haven't been in an apartment building like that in a really long time, and it was like almost nostalgic because, like, I feel like every apartment building that's built like that, where it's all indoors and there's just like elevators, you know what I mean? Those like rectangular buildings that just are really tall. It smelled like red sauce, like someone was cooking red sauce. This is another manga. It's just laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Read it. Read it. Read it. Will I be able to learn a little bit more? Yeah, I'd fucking guess, because that's what it's titled. Read it, bitch. I don't like that face. I don't like that at all. Took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages. See what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated, stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. Thanks for that. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamakura. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Do we know who that is? His name sounds familiar. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of his existence. I like to imagine everyone else is researching and looking around really hard. Yeah, yeah. Everyone else is doing, like, legitimate detective work, and they come in, and Hajime's sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor with his manga all around him. Yeah, was that the guy in the picture? In the funhouse? That was my first thought, but I didn't want to sound stupid. Right? He was like that weird old dude. Oh, yeah, and then they made the comment that his name was hard to pronounce, and I felt better that I messed it up. But Izuru, who's known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy's student council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. You can't sound stupid when Akane and Soda are in this game, thank you. Hang on, I gotta take my sweatshirt off. I'm just a little toasty. Just a little toasty. I also had to take my glasses off so I can't even keep reading. too much. Okay, sorry. I woke Rocky up. Did you hear his little collar clink around? Sorry. Sorry, bud. Let's go back to sleep, though. It's fine. This nerd needs glasses to read. It's true. I do. At least from this distance. I do be having bad eyesight. The Academy tried to protect Azuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. Oh my god, I feel so much better. I didn't realize how hot I was until I took my sweatshirt off. It was like that point where... Sorry, I'm shifting on the couch. It was like that point where I'm not hot enough to be sweating, but now that I took my sweatshirt off, I can feel how hot my skin is. Uncomfy. Certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. The OnlyFans rant got me heated, yeah. Gave myself an actual fever. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of Reserve Corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated. And the uprising began. So the uprising is from students themselves, from the Reserve Department? Wow. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. It's the entirety... This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Damn, so it's just a bunch of students killing each other? Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The normies had enough. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. We're excited. Danganronpa 0. Normies rise up. With a heavy sigh, I close the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed. I mean, what do you mean there's no way? You just saw, like, all your friends die. But, okay. For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident, a talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. What? I don't understand. You should be lucky that you're incompetent. Okay, bye. Ultimate hope. Nagato mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. That's true. 1 by 1 or 1 by 1 or 2 by 1. Not 13 all at once. That's true. Did they say it was all at once though? Rocky, stop licking the couch! Stop. For Uzuru, hope simply means, more importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. Wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. He does be craving that fabric. I don't know what it is. Today, I couldn't get him to stop licking the carpet. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Here, it said that the Reserve Corps students in the Reserve Department began uprising. What about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. Okay. I know, he definitely acts like he isn't being fed every day. Multiple times, and given treats. And even one of his medicines is kind of a treat. He gets like a daily joint supplement. And we have to give him a steroid every day, and I give him that with a little bit of peanut butter. So, you're getting all the treats you want, huh, bud? A daily joint, yeah. A joint supplement? Like a little treat that has vitamins in it that are good for his joints? Could you imagine if it really was, if I was just straight up, yeah, my dog's cool as fuck, yo. My dog smokes weed like fuck. He got that loud 420 blaze it, Rocky. Right. Oh, what kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Azura? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Since it's really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. I mean, we already checked everything else in here. Not really necessary to do it again. What else we got? What else could I even do? Maybe some things will open up over time? Yeah, there we go. I don't like how it says raw. Don't say that. Oh, like, is it supposed to be like, but it's war backwards? Alright. Oh, wow. Haven't seen this place before in a while. Another manga. That one's terrifying looking. Biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Tell me. Let me learn. Monokuma doll under the desk. Thank you. I'll grab that. Flip through the pages of the manga and hope that I was right. This looks like a Evil Dead alternative cover, like movie poster. Story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying events. An incident known as is drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque. Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with a sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the reserve corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Some of these things feel like tongue twisters. Was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. God. So many things that could be said about. Excuse me. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began to join in. But the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then it was too late, the ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear, as if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths. Why is that such a hard word to say? Deaths. To the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. Cool, well, I mean, people do be watching the news at dinner. Is this a metaphor? By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etats began occurring around the world, a war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain, just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy. A group called Ultimate Despair. Okay, now it's a whole group. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. The key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. Probably because you're in a freezer. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. Is this really true? Then what's happening in the outside world? Yeah, why couldn't they just be like, yeah, in my day in my high school, the groups were like the girls who smoke behind the school. Why couldn't they just rebel like that? Why did we have to actually start an uprising? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happened to them?
No way!
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this? Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student doesn't like manga. It's like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. It's a weird comparison. What is this messed up manga? I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though, thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains. How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real. Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you so you can live the well-adjusted lives in the outside world. Alright. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. Happy you're finally going to graduate, but he want to prepare us, right? Trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world so we'll want to stay on the island, but there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. It should be filled with hope, just like now. Jeez. If they're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction, are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. If they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? I mean, depends on how long all of this has been going on. Like, maybe they were high school students, but seems like this has been going on for a while. They were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. Then are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well? It's no use, I'm gonna freeze to death, I need to get out of here. Oh, I didn't get to check anything else out. Let me back in there. Thank you. That's true, they could be held back like Hero. Gimme.
I've been found.
3. Yeah, here's that weird tarp. All the same stuff. Literally a refrigerator for bodies. Keeping dead bodies in a high school biolab isn't something you should joke about. Just feels so forced. This idea should have been canceled during development or something. What was that last line? What am I thinking? Oh my god. I mean, it is kind of a big thought to... I didn't even question it in the first game, but... Yeah, if this was a normal high school at some point, why would this be here? I guess, I mean... Some universities have things like that because they have programs where they're studying, you know, cadavers and shit like that. So if it's a pretty advanced high school where they're going into programs like that, you know. Alright, what's around here? Can't go here yet. What do you want from me? Luxury grapes for the frogs. the frogs you dissect. Oh god. I wish they wouldn't make us do that, you know? Weren't we already in here? I guess this is a different classroom. I was gonna pretend I didn't see him.
Jeez.
Probably use like pigs or something for these overrated brats. Oh, the spoiled kids get the pigs. Yeah, what's Monokuma doing in here? You had to do a rat? Oh, it's all terrible. I tried to get out of it. I was like, I'm not standing for this. I can't do this. I refuse. And they were like, we're gonna fail you if you don't do it. And in hindsight, now, like where I'm at as an adult, I'm like, I'm pretty sure they couldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure because I got, you know, I was like I was like mostly A's, you know, if I may say. If I was getting good grades and everything else, even if I got a 0 on that, I probably still would have passed the class. So they can't fail me for the whole class, even if at worst they gave me a 0. Anyway, it's stupid. Shouldn't even have to do that. So dumb. Your partner ran out of the room and threw up, so you had to do the whole thing on your own. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be pretty shitty either way, so I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that idiot. I don't want to do that either. All the same stuff. All the same stuff. I don't like how they tried to make it look kind of like... I don't know if that's not kanji isn't written up and down. Right? Or is it? No. Yes? Yeah, it is. In some, right? I don't know. Anyway, I don't like how they tried to make it look like like it's in like another language. But it's just English going up and down. Oh, kanji is written like that. Okay. I don't like how they did that. Alright, what?
Hiya!
Hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What the fuck?
No.
Oh, there's another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? Should have done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place. A high school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots. Getting really fed up with your babbling. What do you need to tell me? It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. It's about the ultimate despair. Even though the term Ultimate Despair refers to a group these days, it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. Yeah, it doesn't even look like despair. It looks like it says Pespair. Yeah, we won't even have the complete manga collection. This place keeps getting worse. My completionism. Spare. That's funny.
Yes, indeed.
Lady Junko Enoshima.
Hey,
As the former Ultimate Despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor. And she created the Ultimate Despairs. Okay. So are we about to say that the Ultimate Despairs are the kids from the first game?
Don't fuck with me.
Hold on a sec. I don't know what the Ultimate Despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl. Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it.
Hey,
Junko, why does your mom let you have 2 ultimate talents? Mom! Junko's mom lets her have 2 talents! Why do I only get to have 1? How come Junko gets 2? No fair! Well, because Junko's mom is Junko's mom, and I'm your mom, sweetie. You're not Junko, and you never will be. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat. What was their purpose? Why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do what they did without any purpose. It was Junko Enoshima's despair. Huh? For Junko Enoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima. I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving. For her, everything is despair. With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. And so the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. Okay. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Enoshima. Like believers making offerings to their god, like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Enoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. Ooh. What do you mean? What do you know about the final days of the Reserve Corps students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy?
in other words,
Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. Facts. What do you mean final days? What happened to the Reserve Department?
of course.
They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so the 2,357 students of the Reserve Department all committed mass suicide.
What'd you say?
All 2,357? Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. Oh, is that Hajime?
Damn it.
I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair, Junko Enoshima. Doesn't scare me at all. I mean,
Bastard.
Junko Enoshima's already dead. Aw, Junko! King of the normies. Oh, boy. Fuyuko, what do you have to say about this little man? Junko Enoshima's really dead? What, you didn't see? It's a book called Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. What was that you said about the Killing School Life? Like the killings we were involved in, they were killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. As I recall, why is Hajime saying this? As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her.
Well, yeah.
The Killing School Life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey.
For a manga about the Killing School Life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed killing school life was Junko. Mastermind took her own life, which means she's dead.
Like...
Turns out that the killing school life was part of that whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. It's a limit to being a cruel asshole. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing? Students of Academy were widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone with despair. Messed up plan was stopped. Junko failed. Lost to the students she placed in her trap. And after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Okay, I don't really like how quiet Monokuma's being. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Junko Enoshima isn't alive anymore. I don't, whenever they harp on something for a really long time, it's usually not true. So, is Junko alive? Who is our enemy? If Junko Enoshima is already dead and the rest of the ultimate despairs are behind this. Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings we were involved in resemble that killing school life. Imitation is just that, an imitation. No way we'll lose to some fake. Yeah, are we on TV? Alright. Look at her. I love her. Obviously. Y'all know if I love Nagato, obviously I love Junko. Man, Hajime, you totally knew about that story, huh? I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you gonna do?
Oh well, I'll just raise the flag. Yeah, huge fan of all the crazies, yep. I told you guys I love an unreliable narrator. I love a character that I can't trust. What do you mean, raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that?
Ooh,
One step at a time, you're getting closer to clearing my character route. You're not making sense again. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. Okay, what? So we're gonna talk to you again, or?
What?
No.
Hey,
Okay, we're just going. Okay, we're just doing the same thing. Good part out, I've already heard this. Okay, thank you. Alright. I guess that's it. Where's the bloody room? Oh, God. We're in a different place now. Oh, I hate it. Alright, that's fine. Akane, what's going on? Ah!
Based on my gut,
I feel like someone's getting closer.
so
It's just my gut.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she does have really good intuition. It's true. Hajime just went face first into her slightly unbuttoned blouse. Okay, I guess that's it. Hello? Y'all got a fucking weed store in here? Okay. I don't like this. Please stop doing that on the screen. It's so unsettling. Alright, I guess the music room. God, this song is so good. Ooh, unsettling. Floating, flickering. I feel like I can see something strange. Yeah, no shit. Some sort of monument? Why would there be a monument in a music room? Mark engraved into the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation. It's a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, tragic human event among the many who established the Future Foundation. Known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma completely made that up. Okay. What's going on here? It's like a hologram, right? Passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko rallying them. In a worst-case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they are survivors, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we're still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We'll continue investigating. Regarding a separate matter, we've received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. Seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Yeah, it is funny how calm Hajime is, right? He's a very interesting protagonist. Is that about us? Excluding Jackie, who's part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. Happened outside Jabberwock Island. Biggest, most awful, then the world isn't normal anymore. It's starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we lost. Future Foundation's on our side. They were founded by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. But then why'd they erase our memories? As long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma, if he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs, who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in history. Yeah, Hajime is a pretty shitty detective. He really does, like, every sentence. He's like, what? Could it be? No, I don't know. Reads one more sentence. Oh, if that's true, then what could it be? Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I get it's an inner monologue, but my god, boy. Research facility on Jabberwock Island. Oops. Why does it skip twice sometimes? Still so many mysteries. Okay, that's everything in here. I do want to check out this. Oh, it's a surveillance camera. I literally couldn't see it. I thought it was just saying the wall. I could not even tell if that was there. Like Steve from Blue's Clues, that fucker never knew anything. Do you guys see any Monokuma dolls in here? This is, I can't really, all of these patterns are way too much for me to look at. I can't really see anything. My eyes aren't built for this. Just hitting the button. Hitting the button. Nope, not that. I didn't want that. Is that like a recording studio over there? Alright. Oh, if you don't see any, then that's good enough for me. That's at least 2 sets of eyes. No Monokuma's in this room. Thank you, Luna. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, I don't like this effect. I don't like this one at all. Ugh. Oh, God, turning corners in this game is like a catastrophe. Okay, don't think we can go over here. We're in 4F now, so we're working our way down. We're gonna have to do this on all 5 floors. What do you want from me? Yeah, it does look like Hajime is about to pass out. Maybe that's why it's making me nauseous. It's like when you stand up too fast and you, like, see stars. Yeah, exactly, Sarah. Same brain. That's so funny. It feels different from a classroom. I just saw a Monokuma doll. Probably the office, right? I mean, the room that kind of... now I mention it, does look like that. Like the pixelated flowers. You like the Minecraft flowers in the background. How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonya? Give it up already. You fucking nerd.